DTI fam, was good, baby? Back better than ever. I left you guys stranded last week. So first and foremost, I have to say my apologies. I am going to own up to it. It came around to be like Friday, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't do a daily drive-by. So I was like frantic, and I was like, I'm going to post one. I'm going to put one up there this weekend. And then I was like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. Just fucking knock it out next week. It's fine. Own up to it. Keep things chugging along. So from me to you, I sincerely apologize. But I've been trying to do this daily drive-by for about 3 days now. And I got other cuts of what I was going to release. But every single time I was recording, I literally was like, this ain't fucking it. This ain't it. And I just would turn off the camera, and I'm like, all right, it'll come to me when it comes to me. I don't really know what I have right now, so I can't really like preach or talk on anything. And guess what, folks? Being in traffic, as much as I'm in traffic and driving these roads of Florida, it finally came to me what I want to talk about on this daily drive-by and how I think it's going to resonate with you guys. Because we've been talking about trends over the last few months of busy seasons of life. We've been talking about habits. We've been talking about morning routines, night routines. We've been talking about journaling. We've been talking about different measurements on what you can implement into your lifestyle to ease the brain, ease the mind, how you can become healthier and happier through all these different things. And I just keep coming back to this topic of busy, because that's truly what things life is right now, is just busy. And so if it's busy for me and I'm talking about all this stuff, I know that it's busy for other people as well. I hear it on a daily basis, whether it's my clients, my distributors, my friends or family, just about being go, 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 go. And so I'm sitting here in traffic, and I'm like, this is a perfect analogy of just modern day life. People are probably like, what the fuck? How is traffic a representation of modern day life? But last week on the podcast, I said that it's not about checking all of the boxes every single day. It's about checking the right ones. And what I mean by that is, you break it down a step further. You have your daily goals or your daily things that you need to do. Go to work, hopefully work out, hopefully eat healthy, hopefully make some phone calls to people you love. Like, you have all these things in your life, but then you also have things that you're working towards or striving towards, whether that's building a business, getting a promotion, finding a new job, getting a new car, wanting to go on a vacation, whatever it is. You have these things. And so there's all these boxes that your brain is like, all right, I got to do this, and then I can check. But instead of letting those boxes overwhelm you, and instead of letting that list overwhelm you, knowing that some things can be checked off in the next hour, some things are going to be checked off in the next month or two, taking a step back and realizing, like, what are the right boxes that I need to check today to just make sure that I keep propelling forward in this busy season, in this busy time? And how can I make it so that way I don't stress out about the little things, that way I don't freak out about certain stuff, that way I don't get overwhelmed? What can I do to make sure that the progress is still there and things are still happening? And even if I can't check the full box, I align with it and I do the things needed to be able to be like, all right, you know what? I can count this day as a win. Because how many days do we do, or how many times a week, a day, do we look back and be like, I won today? Give yourself a little pat on the back, like, I'm proud of you today. We don't do it often. We do not do it often. But one thing that I've been doing is like making sure, like, all right, I got to get up at 4:30, and then I got to get my workout in, and I got to make sure I get a swim in, and then I got to go to my distributor meetings, and then I got to go, and then I got to eat healthy on the road, and I got to. You hear this fucking brain? It just keeps going. And so sometimes I know that for me, just checking the right boxes and not all the boxes means step back a tiny bit. Maybe that hour and a half bike ride is only 45 minutes or an hour. Maybe that hour and a half run is only an hour and 15 or an hour long. Maybe that that restaurant that I was going to go to for dinner, maybe that has to tailor so that way I can get something a little bit quicker, but that's still healthy. Maybe those phone calls that I need to make are cut in half. because I'm still checking the right boxes. I'm still doing the right things. I'm still tailoring things to be able to make sure that I'm achieving what I need to see the progress and growth. Because again, remember, everything that we're doing is typically to work towards something. Whether it's getting better at our jobs, or it's training for some race, or it's saving up for a new car. Like, everything we do is a factor that plays in to the overall picture. And so just remember that if you can't check all the boxes every single day, that's okay. Just make sure that you're checking the right boxes and you're giving the right attention. So to take that a step further is, like, instead of sitting on your phone for 45 minutes at the end of the day because that's what you love to do, maybe it's taking that away and you're utilizing that 45 minutes somewhere else. Or maybe you want to watch that next show on Netflix and just sit on the couch and melt into it. Maybe it's not watching that show tonight because then it'll allow you to do other things. So again, checking the right boxes. It doesn't mean to take all these things that you have to do that are truly important and cutting them in half just because you want to fit them in. Sometimes you have to be intentional with eliminating things, pulling things back, not fucking scrolling on this thing, not watching the screen, maybe not making the phone calls today. So that way it allocates and frees up more time so that way you can check the right boxes, not all of them. Because guess what? That Netflix show can wait. That social media can wait. Online shopping can wait. Prioritize the things that are important to you so that way you're checking the right boxes throughout the day. Tying this in to the traffic analogy. So as I told you guys before, and we've talked about a lot, is when I'm in traffic and there's a traffic jam, I try and stay composed. I try and not say, God damn it, this fucking traffic jam, it's going to make me late for a meeting. It's going to get me back to, my whole hotel later. I take a step back and I realize, like, hey, somebody at the other end of this traffic jam, they might not fucking be here anymore. They might not have the time to be late to their hotel. They might not have time to be late to get in their bed. They might not have time to go and get dinner. And so I need to be grateful and thankful that I'm where I'm at in that traffic jam. And then use that time to reflect. Send a prayer up. Make sure everybody's okay, everything's good. Typically when you get up to the front of that traffic jam, you cringe. You look away a little bit while you're still looking. You see a car upside down. You see a car in a ditch. You see a car off into the field. You see families standing outside of the cars, flashing lights everywhere. It's a very sad scene when you get up there. And so try and humble yourself a little bit, not be so selfish, like, God, I, need. No, what you need to do is just be thankful that it wasn't you, that people are driving by and seeing that. And so whether it's a dead stop or traffic's just built up, how many of us turn that blinker on? Oh, that lane's moving fast. Get over in that lane. Fuck. Now you watch all the cars in the lane you were just in just keep driving. You're like, all right, I'm going to get back. Get back over. Now you're stuck and you see all those cars in that lane start moving. And I started to think, and I'm like, you know what? This is fucking life right here. This is life, and this is why people don't see the success that they want to in their life. People don't have the patience. People don't have the true passion. People don't have the true discipline. People don't have the true and right mindset. See, when we're going after something in life, it's always like, all right, I'm going to get there. Fuck, it's not working out. All right, I'm going to bounce to the next thing. And then the next thing, that's going to help me. And then, fuck, it doesn't work. So then I go to the next thing. It's like sitting in traffic or being in heavy traffic on the highway. You get in one lane because you see it going fast, but then you get there and it's a dead stop. And that lane that you were just in is going, and you're like, fuck, I was right behind that car up there. So then you get back over, and next thing you know, that lane picks up. Too often, too many times, we as human beings are so like bopping, moving, that we're not focused on what we're doing. Now, I'm not saying you got to stay in the same lane every single time during traffic and it's magically going to go faster, but what I can guarantee you is that lane that you're in is going to pick up speed and slow down and pick up speed and slow down to ultimately get you to that other side, to get you through that traffic jam. And then you're going to keep going and going and going, and things are going to be flowing smooth. That's the same exact thing with life. See, when we're going after something hard, when we're going after something big, when we're going after something unknown, it's like traffic where you speed up and slow down and speed up and slow down, and then you start getting a lot of momentum and you keep going, keep going, keep going. But then you hit that next traffic jam and you're like, fuck, how am I going to get through this? If we stay focused on what's ahead and what we're going towards, we will get there. We will push through. But we let our brains divert us from that path, and we start jumping around. Maybe this will work. Let me try this. Fuck, it didn't. Let me bounce back to this. Let me go to this. Let me go. And we're bouncing back and forth so much that we're not making any progress. And the symbolism that I'm trying to portray, or the image that I'm trying to, the vision that I'm trying to put in your guys' head, because we can all relate to it, is that when you're driving through traffic and you're in a lane and you see the lane to the left or to the right of you moving faster, our first instinct, flip the blinker on, get in that lane, get up about 3 cars from the car that we were just behind, boom, dead stop. And then next thing you know, you see that car that was right in front of you pass you, and now they're 10 cars ahead. Fuck, I gotta get back over. Boom, dead stop. Fuck, now this lane's moving fast. Boom, dead stop. And the next thing you know, that car in front of you, you can't even see anymore. Because they remain patient. They remain humbled. They had their eye on the prize. Hey, we're going to get through this. It's going to end. There's intent behind it. And so what I want you guys to realize, and what I want you guys to know, is that since we're all working towards something or on something, and since we're all going after things that we can't see that finish line yet, we can't see that end in sight yet, to just take time to reflect and to be grateful for where you're at in that journey, to be thankful for where you're at in that process, and to stay the course. Keep checking the right boxes daily and not all the boxes. Because all the boxes might have you bouncing back and forth between lanes, and you're not actually making progress. Check the right boxes daily so that way you can continue to move forward, realizing that it's going to slow down and speed up, that it's going to be hard and easy, that it's going to be inconsistent, that you're going to question, like, should I switch lanes? Should I maneuver? Should I divert what's going on right now? But I wholeheartedly believe that everything that we're working towards, everything that we're striving for in life, is actually a lot closer than we think. But we lose that courage, we lose that confidence to believe in it, because it's not happening as fast as we want. Things take time. It takes time to get through that traffic jam. It takes time to be disciplined. It takes time to start building and growing. It takes time for things to compound on each other. And so whatever you're working at in life right now, make sure you're checking the right boxes instead of all the boxes. But try and stay in your lane. Try not to bounce around too much. If you stay focused and you continue to check those right boxes daily, it's going to compound a lot faster than it would if you're bouncing around from place to place. Before you give up on this to try this, and then you give up on that to try the next thing. Be strategic, be thoughtful with what you're doing on a daily and consistent basis to be able to yield the results that you want to see, that you want to achieve, that you want to do. Life is like a traffic jam, man. It's just on you on how you're going to determine how you're going to go after it, how you're going to view it, how you're going to think of it, and how you're going to interact with it. Are you going to stress out to the point that you just want to explode and give up? Are you going to continue to bounce lanes and lose that trajectory and momentum that your lane has? What are you going to do to be able to use this analogy to align it in with your day-to-day lives and the things that you're going after and want to achieve and want to conquer? Think about it. Soak it in, go out there, have the desire to inspire, and just keep living your best life. Just know that all of us are trying, none of us are perfect, but we can all make it happen. You just got to believe. in you. Have the desire to inspire. We'll talk next week. It's on.